Hey y'all, it's your friend D, and in today's video, I'm going to make my own version of a chair that I've been seeing online quite a bit lately. So let's just get into it. I'm going to try to make this chair that I've seen on Amazon, Temu, and AliExpress. I really love the chair. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. The chair looks really simple. It has a rustic look to it with the leather pillows and the iron rods for the base. I'm going to take inspiration from the original and make my own version of it. And I'm not going to use any metal in this one. I'm going to use foam board and paperboard. If you're making your own version of this, you can absolutely use one or the other, but I think I'll like the look that I'm going to get from using both of them. I have one piece of foam board cut to 4 inches by 3 inches and two pieces of paperboard cut to the same measurements, and they will sandwich the foam board like this. I also have a piece of foam board cut to 5 inches by 4 inches and two pieces of paperboard cut to those measurements, and they will sandwich this piece. And I have two of these pieces that are going to be the base. And I did do a rough sketch to get the shape, but I know some of you guys like to have the measurements. So at the bottom, the base is 4.25 inches, and the top is 2.5 inches. This side is 2.25 inches, and the other side is 2.5 inches. And I also have four pieces of paperboard cut to sandwich these two pieces. And I have several strips of paperboard that are a 1/4 inch wide. So I'm going to glue my paperboard onto my foam board pieces. So I have my foam board sandwiched in between the paperboard, and now I'm going to take my strips and go around the edges and cover those up to make it look a little bit neater. So I have all of my pieces covered, and this is what they look like. So you can see it's completely covered with the paperboard. If I made this out of paperboard alone, I would have had to cut out quite a few to get it this thick. So by putting the foam board in the middle, it really helped me out. I'm going to take my 5 inch by 4 inch piece, and I want the 4 inch side at the top and at the bottom. And I'm going to glue this to one of these pieces that I have, and I've marked where I want to glue it. And this is similar to how I made the pews for the church. So I'm going to glue this on like that. So I want it to tilt a little. So here are these two pieces put together. And as you can see, the backrest part is on a diagonal. And now I want to put my seat in, and I drew some lines to help guide me with the placement. So I'm going to take my 3 inch by 4 inch piece, and I want the top to line up with that line there, and on the arm rest here, or just the side piece, it's not really an arm rest. I want it to be on a diagonal. So the chair, the seat portion is going to kind of sit like this. And if you're wanting measurements, I have this line 1.5 inches from the base. And over here, this portion of the line is 1.5 inches from the base. And the very top of this line is 2 inches from the base. My seat is glued into place, and now I'm going to put my other side on. So I'll glue this into place like this. And for the most part, the structure of the chair will be done. So here's the chair put together. So now I'm going to cover the entire thing in black paint. So I have my second coat of black paint on the chair, and I'm going to leave that to dry. And now I'm going to start making the pillows for the chair. So I have this Dollar Tree faux leather, and I have four pieces cut to 5 inches by 4 inches. And I'm going to place them back to back like this and just make a simple pillow. So I have a pillow for the back and a pillow for the seat. So I have my pillows sewn and I haven't turned them right side out yet. I wanted to show you what it looked like. I used a darker stitch so you could see it. And here's my opening so I could turn it right side out. And I did this on my sewing machine. Now you can hand sew this. I've done that with other projects using this Dollar Tree faux leather. It is pretty thin, but I wanted to just go ahead and do it on my sewing machine. I did not change the needle on my sewing machine. Usually, if you're wanting to do a leather or a thicker fabric, you want to use a needle made for that particular fabric. I did not do that this time. I pretty much knew this would be okay with my multi-purpose needle, but just beware if you're going to do it on your sewing machine. Just be careful. You might break your needle if you try to go too fast with it, but it is possible. So I'm going to clip off these corners, and that'll make it so I can flip it in inside out or right side out, and these corners will lay like I want them to. And I did have a little bit of an issue getting the other one because this fabric is, or this leather is pretty stiff. So you got to kind of work with it and not pop your stitches. So I have it turned right side out, and I'm going to go and make sure my corners are all the way turned inside out or right side out. I'm just using the end of a brush, making sure I get those corners out. So I have my pillow right side out, and now I'm going to stuff it. And I just have the fluff from a old pillow. So I'm going to put some of this in. I don't want it to be too stuffed, so I might not use all of this. So I have it stuffed with my fluff, and it's not too thick. And I made sure to kind of get it in those corners as well. And now I have to go and just stitch this close. So guys, here's the finished chair, and I really like the way it came out. And as you saw in the photographs, I made a bunch of different pillows to go with it. So I can switch the pillows out or mix and match. And that's going to make decorating this a lot of fun. And I painted this one black, and I like to have basic colors for my main furniture because I can play around with the accessories a lot more and change out the colors that way without always having to change out my furniture. And I did make one in brown. So I think I'll get a lot of use out of the black and the brown chair, but I'm thinking about making one more and covering it in a wood grain. So I might do that later. So my friends, that's all I have for you today. If you have questions about anything in this video, please leave it in the comments below. I will try my best to answer your questions. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'll see you next time, my friends. Bye-bye.